clothes off your face.
I think we're going to take a quick picture before we let you talk.
It doesn't, we can go. Does everybody want to be?
I don't think we're going to give them the choice. Judge, why don't you, Judge?
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Not me. All right, everybody's.
How do you want to do this, guy? Rick takes the minute. Okay, ready? Okay, good smile. All right. Oh.
It's so nice and it's unexpected and good to see Judge Zacita and Judge Sutherland here, who are my mentors and my friends now. And to start out, I just want to come here tonight and say thank you to the council and introduce the person who the governor has appointed, and I'm going to do that right now. We have Judge Victoria Shackelford sitting in the back there, who's taking over. I'm really happy to have her here. I think Taylor's going to be proud of her and the job she comes. She comes as an assistant Wayne County prosecuting attorney, as a mother, and a person who's worked in treatment courts and understands the issues that are in our community. But I really wanted to, there were really nice things you said about me, but I think the key here is when we talk about different programs in the city, it's all the people who volunteer, who try to help out. I was so fortunate to get paid for what I did, but there were hundreds of people, there were city employees who all worked on all those programs to make them successful, and are still working on them. What also was important to me is, again, I come tonight with a drug court contract to be approved, but I've been coming here for 20 years on budgeting contracts, and every time I come here, the contract says yes, whether it be on a conservatory, whether it be in a contract, whether it be in a budget, and I think the public likes that. While we understand we're separate arms of government, I think the taxpayers understand that, but they want to see us work together. And we've always done that, and we've always been supportive. I've had support from the administration. Mayor Sauer's administration has been extremely helpful and always supportive. There's been some who were not, and even when they weren't, the council said, yes, we're going to work with the court. And we've never taken that for granted. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope we can work with that support, and we will continue to do so. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here in Taylor with Karen. This is my wife in case you all haven't. Who stood by me through all these things. So thank you so much. I know you have a lot on your plate tonight, and it's been a true joy to be the judge, and we'll miss you all. Thank you.
Judge, I'd just like to point out real quick, I think a lot of us have something to say, but I just want to point out that I appreciate everything you've done for the city. I knew your name, but 8 years ago I got to know you as a person. I think you're a great individual. I appreciate everything you did for the city. I appreciate your friendship, and I appreciate your mutual love for the outdoors, and I look forward to talking deer stories with you some more, so, but I wish you the best in retirement.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
Judge, likewise, we'll obviously stay connected and stay friends, and, I got in, partially made the decision to get involved in politics through a lot of conversations with you and trying to make the city of Taylor better, and so your passion for the city will be deeply missed here, but I know that you'll stay involved as a resident, and we wish you the best of luck in everything, just not on October 30th when Michigan State play. We can't see eye to eye on that day, Judge. So.
The first thing y'all got to do is win Saturday and come undefeated.
Just to let you know, you graduated the same year I did, so I know right? Different school, but same. But I'm going to keep you and your wife in my dial here on my phone here for helping with the Canoe Museum on those plants that we had talked about once before. I remember that. Yeah, I'll be coming back now that you're going to be retired, and I'm retired, so that works out good.
I get to work in the middle of that now. I don't get to do that last year.
Well, you made a statement saying that you were fortunate to get paid. did not get me. You volunteered as much as everybody else. Thank you.
Judge, you've been nothing less than a blessing to the city. I wish you the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Even add to that, we've been, as a city, we've been blessed to have the judges that we had, Judge Messina, Judge Southern, Judge Salomone. Looking forward to getting to meet the new judge, Judge Slavin as well. But, yeah, we've been very fortunate as a city that I think we've had tremendous judges. And we even had a building named after two of the best ones.
We did. We did, yes. Thank you.
But thanks again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Judge Messina, do you want to say something?
If I get up, I would.
Sit down if you want. Yeah.
You know, 20 years ago, I was forced to retire after being in office 40 years, and you get the feeling when you're in office that long that you're irreplaceable. But I'll tell you this, the fellow that replaced me more than did a good job of replacing me, and if I knew he was going to come along, I would have retired much sooner.
Thank you, Tony. I used to be the youngest guy here.
Everybody in the meeting is still around. All right, there we go. That's the shot. That's the money shot.
Please, the mayor's communications. We are now going to move under the regular agenda. However, Judge Salomone reached out to me after we had published it, so he actually fell to the bottom of the list, but because he's been such a good person to our community, we decided to move him up to the top so he didn't have to stick around. 6.0 is a motion to approve the continuation of the MDCGP grant for 2021/2022 fiscal year.
Motion?
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Pat, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? Jeff, would you just like to come up and...
This is my last piece of business, I'll make it short. Yeah, this has been near and dear to my heart, and I have a lot of the core people here, it's near and dear to their heart. And not only here for me tonight, they like treatment court, they like what we're about. When you think of, in the last, with this pandemic, prior to the pandemic, we had finally brought overdose deaths down to about 80,000 a year, which is still a lot. And then the pandemic hit, and now they're up to 100,000. And all you can think of in terms of when I have all the firefighters here would be the first to tell you, if it wasn't for Narcan, if it wasn't for you guys going out and saving lives, that number, because when they overdose now, they're on fentanyl, and fentanyl kills. And if it wasn't for EMS and the police department and Criminals Against Narcotics and others getting involved in treatment, that $100,000 or that 100,000 number possibly be gone. And it's just, so we have this incredible epidemic that we have to face. I think if we can get through the pandemic, we can bring the recovery community back together, we can lower those numbers. Because all of us have bought in, the police department, the administration, the fire department, the public has learned it's a disease. It's not a character flaw. Be suffering from alcoholism, be suffering from addiction. And that's what treatment court's about. And to let you know how our program is, when you measure success in the treatment court, the state measures it on recidivism. So if you've graduated from the program, we want to know how did you do 3-4 years since you got into the program. And I believe in the last 5 years, the state average, Steve, has been about 12%. About 12%. And our recidivism rate here in the Taylor program is about 1.5%. So we're really proud of the job we're doing. It has always been because this council gave us all the backing we could. I appreciate this. That's what the contract stuff. Thank you.
Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes. All opposed say no. Motion carries. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much. I'm going to leave while everybody still loves me. Got me? Thank you.
Junior, come with Nana and Amy.